Hey there, I'm Dr. Stu64, and this is my submission for this week's Community Versus-Cucco craziness. So, this week's challenge was to survive the Cucco onslaught for as long as you could. Oh, that was close. So, there's lots of really easy ways to cheat this out. You can use a triple slash clip to get out of bounds. You can get to the bottom of the well, and you can use hiding spots. It's overall just not fun to do. There's other ways that you can do it, such as the rules. They don't specify like what items and stuff you can have, so you can actually have like double magic, Nehru's love, and green potions, and just survive like that for a ton of time. And I actually figured out that if you use bottle duping, you can, I think it's like 10 bottles you can get at the max. Just imagine, 10 bottles of green potion plus double magic. You could last for so long with that. So my strategy here is just to use this hill to basically heap a bunch of cuckoos in an infinite flight mode. And, I use that term loosely. You can get them to fly infinitely, but I decide to make it fair. I'll just let a few of them hit that fence every once in a while and let them fly down and stuff. So, yeah, I hope this isn't considered cheating, but it probably is, and I'm still not even sure if we're allowed to use Ocarina of Time 3D for these challenges. So, anyway, yeah, it's quite easy to do an infinite flight. If you don't move the control stick, the analog stick at all, and you just keep going in circles, they'll never change. Let me have a few of them hit the fence. Nope. Okay. Wider loop. Hit the fence, please. Okay. Well, that's good enough. Adjust the camera. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Survive the onslaught. So anyway, I decided in this video, hopefully I'll have a lot of time to talk about things, I'll talk about why exactly I started speedrunning. Well, first of all, I'm not a good speedrunner by any means. I just do it for fun and for kicks and giggles, and I mean, it's gotten me countless of hours of playtime on Ocarina of Time alone. But anyway, so... Oh, saw that coming. I need to start figuring out how to dodge those when I see it. That's what high top works? Oh yeah, that reminds me of something that... I think that this challenge, it shouldn't have been just surviving the onslaught as long as possible, because, I mean, it's a little bit boring, there's too many things going on. What I think it should have been was, like, how many, like, side hops or backflips can you get in a 2-minute period with the cuckoos attacking you? I personally think that would be quicker. That way you don't get, like, they're probably gonna have, like, half-an-hour videos of just pros dodging them like crazy, or just doing this forever. And then, another thing is that you couldn't really cheat it. Then just put in some rules like no out-of-bounds clips, because, yeah, there's a challenge right there. Also, no magic, either. No talking to NPCs, just kind of fix those, get those around there, and get those... I sometimes say a few words in my head, and then say some of them out loud, and it just makes no sense at all. Just put a few rules in, and it should all be fine. It would all work out. Which, I mean, it would with this challenge too, but you'd still get crazy long videos. So, as to why I started speedrunning, basically, the day that I discovered Twitch TV, or one of my favorite YouTubers, I think that it was, Deadman775, go check him out if you haven't, but anyway, so no, you don't have to, but anyway, I then went on to just browsing the different channels, and videos, and tons of people were doing Ocarina of Time. And I was wondering why this was. Basically, that was the night that the wrong warp to the credits had been discovered. So there were tons of people, ZFG, Runner Guy, I think even Cosmo was doing it. And it was trying to figure out the best run for best route for an any percent run. And it got to the point where it was just world record being broken pretty much every hour. And just... Ooh. Note to self, don't try to side hop to dodge cuckoos. But anyway, so I just got interested in speedrunning, found out some glitches, looked some up, and... Ooh, that's... Okay, I'm gonna go quiet for a bit, because I'm gonna have to focus here. Okay, and just recently I've gotten back into the mood for speedrunning, and so I've been watching, like, Cosmo and Runner Guy. If you haven't checked it out already, check out, Runner Guy's blind Ocarina of Time playthrough. It's hilarious. Like, he spent an hour trying to get actual Ocarina of Time. I mean, not, like, getting up to there, actually trying to dive down and get it. It's just hilarious to watch. But anyway, let's see. Ooh. So I've been actually doing, Wind Waker recently. I got really lucky and I just decided, hey, I'm gonna go check out Cosmo to see what type of stuff he's been doing recently. And this was right after the dry storage had been figured out. Basically what storage is what a Wind Waker dive is, first of all, is that if you get pushed off a ledge and you use your Wind Waker, Link basically just falls forever. So you can dive into water to the depths of the ocean and clip underneath, like, the Farronwoods and stuff. But if you cancel Link I think it's 3 frames before he hits the ground, you get something called storage. Basically what storage does is the next action you perform gets stored. And if that action is using your Wind Waker, basically you're using the Wind Waker, but you have free movement of Link. And if you jump into the water while doing that, and you lock the camera angle, and you hold up, Link will rotate 180 degrees, but I think it's 170 to 190 every frame. And basically what happens is that each time he does that, his speed decreases. You're probably thinking, well, what use is that if he's just gonna keep on getting slower and slower? But actually, darn it, basically his speed can get negative. So if you keep building up negative speed, you can just keep on going faster and faster backwards, and you can actually swim across the entire map without drowning. So basically, you can use this to skip a bunch of time. Instead of using the boat, you can use it to do crazy things, like you can get to great fish early. Well, that's a whole different thing. That's called double storage. Basically, I say basically too much. It's not very basic. So if instead of using your first action after using storage, if your first action is talking to somebody, it stores their text box, and you can use that to cancel a cutscene. So then if after you save that text box, you do storage again, and you use that storage to use the Wind Waker, then you can use that to super swim, or that's what the swimming really fast is called, super swimming. You can use that to super swim and cancel a cutscene. So you can swim to great fish with a super swim, and then cancel the cutscene so that you can actually continue on to it. It's complete crazy. Or I'm not sure if that's used for great fish, or I'm pretty sure that's used for something else, because great fish I think is 2 cutscenes. Yeah, but Cosmo explains it a lot better in his stuff. Just go check out his channel, Cosmo Right. I'm not sure if there's any numbers following that. or well, the reason why they knew about both of these things, both super swimming and storage earlier, but before with storage, what you had to do was you had to use the magic water, which comes from the Faron Woods, and that a little text box appears after 20 minutes with that. And if you use your Wind Waker on the exact frame that that text box appears, then you get storage. But I mean, that's not very useful, since you have to wait 20 minutes and you have to have a bottle already. No, not. So it's not sensible in speedruns. So instead, using dry storage allows you to get it a lot. You can get it constantly. And they also knew about super swimming earlier, but that was a TAS only trick, because in order to do that, you needed to, Wind Waker, I think it's 30 frames per second, so you'd have to move your control C-stick up, or you'd have to move it up and down 30 times per second. So that'd just be crazy. So that's the end of my run. The rules didn't say anything about doing a backflip, but I'll just do it just to make sure. So anyway, thanks for watching. I think that was like an 11-minute. Wow. Well, hopefully I get mentioned in the description. Can't hope for a top 3 with how crazy some people are, because I just did this in about half an hour. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Later.